Wagwan people, it's Harry Passpati back again with TJ and Elijah. It's become a regular thing now, isn't it? So TJ, first of all, how you doing, mate?
Wagwan, bro. Literally, I'm good, man. I don't know, man. I've had a weird day today, bro. Proper weird day, man. But I'm good, my brother. I'm good.
Yeah, Elijah, back again. But first of all, by the way, big up for shouting me out the other day on Spurs Kings. I saw in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, man.
Yeah, and obviously you're doing your own side thing on the side. But how are you doing, anyways?
I'm chilling, man. I've just been interviewing people for my doc. That's gonna come out maybe in a couple of weeks at this point.
What? Are we gonna get interviewed, bro?
None. I've been interviewing people. I've been meaning to hit you up as well, fam, because I'm gonna need your thoughts there as well, fam. But man's making a little documentary on this whole like Spurs timeline since Andrew's been here still. Yeah, I got a bunch of YouTubers I've interviewed. Harry's one of them. I want to get you on there as well, TJ, because I value your opinion. So I want you on there as well. And I'm gonna make like a mini doc in it. So I've just been planning for that. So content, like my solo content's taken a bit of a dip because I've been, interviewing and scripting and like trying to formulate how I'm gonna make it. So, but I'm good though. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I heard we're linked to Brian Brobby, fam. You know what I'm saying? With a load.
Do you know anything about this guy? I've never heard of him till like today.
He's dead, fam. He's dead.
I heard his shit, but I don't know much about him. So.
I don't know where he's from, man.
He plays at Ajax. He scored, I think, 1 in 14, something like that.
I can't lie to you.
He's striker or something.
Yeah.
He scored in 1 in 14. That's poor form.
I think so. Yeah.
What crap data is this that we're using?
I think it's desperation data. That's what it is, man.
Desperation data.
That might be what it is. Ain't gonna lie, bro. Because this guy is meaty. He's not good. So yes.
But let's be real with it. Yeah, he will suit right in because we're a meaty club. So it might be a good signing.
That's true. My broski sent me it, bro. Even Fabrizio Romano tweeted it out, fam. So that's how I know it's actually legit. When Fabrizio tweets it, that's how you know it's legit. It's actual tweet.
Man. Fabrizio copies and pastes some other man.
He does do that too. I ain't gonna lie, but usually I treat him as the most credible source in it. But
Ferguson,
apparently West Ham are linked with them with a loan move as well. But we're going in.
It's West Ham. Like fuck me, man.
Yeah, man. That's the competition. That's the level we're signing players at, man. West Ham level.
Yeah, bro. Let's be look at what level we're on, man. We're mid tier. No, we're not even mid. We're low tier. We're a low tier club, innit? So we're gonna be linked to these men. These men are on Tottenham's level because we are on that level, bro. Let's not forget what level we're on. Let's look at the season how it is, innit? We're 15th and we should be in 15th place. We've not picked up enough points. We've not won games and we still won games.
Spurs, in their chat, last night. Obviously, we just won the game. I wrote, we're 15th. We beat a team 15th in an 18-man league because Hoffenheim are 15th in Germany. This guy got called toxic. I got called Sava. This is Sava and Stell's alternate account. Bro, they were like, bro. And then
they were streaming it. They were streaming it.
Rewatch the stream, the chat went, and then just Jason guy who hates me for years, bro. He starts going a 10-minute rant saying, "We're talking about the Hoffenheim game. Why does chat talking about other stuff?" Like, he literally lost his head, bro. And even it's like, I'm like, what is wrong with these people?
But bro, I don't understand why people are losing their heads like right now. You know what? Look, I'll be so real with it. We're 15th and we should be.
What league where they were in their league that we beat them. And then he was like losing his head. And then I was talking about Ange, saying Ange is a whatever, and about how the club are like, we earn all this money every year in the club basically, and we spend like fuck all basically. I wrote some comment like that, saying the whole chat went nuts, and then he went nuts saying, "We were talking about the Hoffenheim game here on the stream, on the podcast." Like, he got nuts because of the chat basically. He just lost it because of the chat. Anyway,
fair enough, bro. Yeah, I saw that man doing a watch along, innit? Stel and what do you call it? And what's his name? Sava. I seen him doing a watch along, innit? But I can't like George was doing one as well, Durag Diaries. So I was like, I'd rather watch him, fam. So
no Durag.
Yeah, man, like Durag Diaries, innit? No Durag Diaries. That's why I call him, innit? Because
But you guys watch the game, and I'll start with Elijah because I know Elijah got to go in half an hour.
Yeah.
So the first win in ages, yeah. I didn't watch any of your watch on because I was watching the game, but like, how was it? What do you think of the game?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting all of this from George in it because I was working while we were playing, so I didn't actually see the game in it. But I heard Archie Gray had another stinker. You know what I'm saying? At left back. I heard. That's what I'm saying. I heard it. I don't know if it's true.
Look,
you can correct me.
But you can carry on in it. Look, first half he was one of our main performers in terms of like he played well. But second half in it, he's just tired, man. We're overplaying these players, man. So he didn't end up having a stinker in it. I'll be so real in it. But if you was to judge it on two scales, it was like a 50-50 yo-yo split. But yeah, carry on, my bro.
Fair enough. No, that's fair enough, innit? That's fair enough. That's fine by me. But obviously Richarlison, I've heard mixed things about him because apparently he was dead, but I've heard people say he was okay as well. I think it's just bro, we ain't got no legs, man. Big up Kiwi, man. But we don't have any legs in the team no more. Like Ange, there's a reason why Ange wanted players like Gallagher in it. It's because it's legs. There's no technical ability there. It's just legs, people who can run. And that's why this fan base rates Kulu the way that they do, because Kulu, he's a very creative player, but he's also just legs. So it's also why Maddison gets slated a lot, because Maddison, he's creative, more creative than Kulusevski, in my opinion. My opinion, I rate him more than Kulusevski, but that's a hot take. But he just ain't got the legs that Kulu has in it. So we've seen Maddison start dropping off in form. I believe personally it's because A, he's not being utilized properly, and B, he's been run into the ground by this manager. But Kulu was able to sustain that a bit more because he has the legs. But now we're seeing Kulu without the legs. Is pretty much, he ain't playing well either. I don't even remember the last time Kulu had a good game at this point. And he's still unanimously our best player in it. That just pretty much shows the level at the club right now, to where a player who hasn't performed well in how many games is still easily our best player. I've seen the goals from Son. They were, especially that first goal from Son, it was pretty lucky to go in. I can't lie. It looks like his finishing is still taking a bit of a hit. But I'm glad that he got his 2 goals. Yeah, I'm glad he got his 2 goals. Glad that it boosts his confidence. Hopefully it can propel him. But I want to rest Son in the league. I'm going to be real. I don't want to see Son in the Premier League. I want to see him in the Europa League and in the Cups. Because in the Cups, that's where we need to prioritize. And this win puts us in 4th, I think. So as long as we don't bottle it against that next team we're playing in the last fixture, we'll be able to qualify without having to play in the playoffs, innit? So for me, I would rather rest Son in the league, let Mikey Moore get a chance in the league, or let Yang get a chance, or just let the young guys get a chance. I feel like even with our starting lineup, full starting squad, we're going to be in the same position, because I just feel like we're tactically not there right now, down to the manager, in my opinion. But I would rather start resting players for the Cups, because I feel like when we got our energy up, we can beat anyone. Not saying we will, but when we have our energy levels, we can beat anyone. But right now, we can't beat anyone. We can beat Hoffenheim just about. You know what I'm saying? That's our level right now. When we have no energy, when we're playing dead, our level is relegation fodder in Germany, fam. You know what I'm saying? We got slapped by Everton and that, innit? So I feel like we need to just play the young G's in the league, rest Son, rest Kulu, rest like other players like that, and nurse Romero and Van de Ven back into the team slowly so they don't get injured again.
I hear what you're saying, innit? Look, I watched the game. I watched the full 90 minutes, innit? I was at work, innit? Had nothing to do in it, so I had like a free hour, or about 2 hours anyway. I ended up, man, someone's fighting in the office, innit? Yeah. No, can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it, bro.
Yeah, I can hear them too, fam.
Yeah,
not anymore, but yeah,
bro. No. I ended up watching a full 90 minutes, innit? First half was all right, to be fair, innit? We just didn't take our chances, in my opinion. We didn't have the final cutting edge to kill the team. We should have been, I would be honest with you, 4-5-0 up, innit? Then again, we were left open a few times. My man of the match was Brandon Austin, man. There were a few saves that he got down on his knees for, and he actually kept us in the game quite a few times, whereas we did miss a lot of chances. So it was an end-to-end game in that aspect. I thought Maddison played well. The first half, obviously, he played well in it. I think most of our players did end up playing well-ish in the first half, innit? I just feel like right now we don't have enough man to rest these people, innit, you know? So
yeah.
Bro. Right. Whoa.
Yeah. And I heard that yeah, I heard it. I heard Callum made a good one when he came on, the young G Callum.
Yeah.
I heard he looked good.
Or the Westies,
yeah, I heard he looked good when he came on.
He was a good little buzz around, didn't it? He had a good cameo, in it. But I feel like, you know, we just lacked energy. We're playing too many matches, innit? And our squad is thin as well. So obviously we did step off the gas second half, and look, we did concede some dreadful defending goals, to be fair, innit? Right. But look, what do you expect? We've been saying this every single week, innit? I've actually to change the way I'm actually gonna analyze games now. You know, I'm actually gonna be more considerate, because for me, look, I want Ange gone, and I'll be so real in it, yeah. But when you got that guy at the top that is not even gonna back him, what can you expect from Ange? You know, and I'm sorry, he's laid there. He's laid Ange out to dry. You get where I'm coming from? Because this window, we should have signed some players, in my opinion. We needed at least 3, you know.
Yeah.
And we haven't got 3. We haven't even got 2, bro. We're not even getting 1 at this point. And I'm not including Kingsley. Kingsley was a false move. I guarantee you, if Foster didn't get injury, we wouldn't have Kingsley.
TJ, you're 100% right, because Ange even said that because of the injuries, they had to move for him early, and he wasn't expecting to go till the summer, but because obviously what happened.
So this is what I'm saying, innit? It wasn't expected to come in until the summer, right? Cool. Which means we were always going to get a goalkeeper in the summer, right? Or theoretically, like, we were always going to buy someone in the summer, but we brought him early, right? But what about all the players that are dying right now? Like, we have altogether 11 injuries, and nobody's coming in to provide cover, not even just provide any support for Ange. Look, I'm being dead serious in it. I'm actually at the point where I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be so honest with you, innit? Even if it's a loan, even if it's a Werner signing, bro, I would invite Werner signing right now, bro. Like, tell me this, innit? If you had a choice to bring in Werner,
Bobby, then basically that we link with.
Bro,
you know,
isn't that a Werner signing?
But look, let's be real, Hans, innit? Yeah? Let's just say we didn't have Werner, innit? Yeah. And we were in this same scenario. You would invite Werner to come. It makes more sense. You would see the short-term loan move as a benefit, right? Because right now we're bare bones, bro. We're honestly bare bones. When I saw that second half, man, these guys have played too many matches.
Then we
have to go again against Leicester.
Is that down to Ange as well, bro? Though, like, playing too many games.
It's a bit of both, I would have to say, because Ange is also to blame. Ange's system has. I'll be so real in it. Look, Ange's system is a fault of this as well, right? Because we've managed to gain so many hamstring injuries, and it's kind of followed Ange wherever he's gone, right? But that's based on how aggressive we are. You see, like when we had managers like Mourinho, Conte, even Poch, Nuno, even Stellini, there's different time periods where the players will sit back and break on the counter. Like, give example, Mourinho. The pragmatic football would have shown that we would be sitting back and we wouldn't be be containing the man, which means they wouldn't be running, and most of them injuries wouldn't have happened, right? Cool. There's periods where we would run we would run 100 miles per hour because we're getting out of the counter attack. That's just one example under Conte, right? Pochettino, kind of the same thing. We would sit back, yeah, and in periods we wouldn't press. Poch was known for high pressing scenarios, but there would be periods where we wouldn't press, right? It was a balance of both worlds. I honestly blame the fact that we don't have experience to actually control the tempo. You need to be able to control the tempo of different scenarios. So let's just say you're 2-1 up. You need a player to say, slow down, calm down. We don't have them players. We don't have no experience on the pitch to say, it's all right, calm down, you know? Ange's system is run 99 miles per hour. What do you expect, bro?
Well, we run the most in Europe, you know, statistically speaking.
Exactly. Yeah. So if Ange's system is to run the 99 miles per hour, we don't even have cover. Look, so someone in the office, we had this debate. I said to him, like, I've come to the conclusion the injuries are on Ange because there's period times where you can stop playing such way, right?
He didn't name Reguilon or Spence in the Europa squad. So
it makes it worse, right? Cool. So how I see it, it is down to Ange's mismanagement, and we don't have any leaders to say, yo, control this tempo, slow down, press. You know, we don't have nobody that is there. It's just one way and one way only, and it's run 99 miles per hour. The players are freaking tired.
I hear it. Yeah, I hear that. What I would say though, TJ, is I've never been one to care about style of play in it. I've always just been one to care about winning. And when it comes to Ange's style of play, to be honest, yeah, you can win with it because he has won with it before.
Of course.
If you want to talk about the league competition or that, the fact of the matter is that he's won trophies in it. And I personally, I don't even blame the style of play for why we have injuries. I blame the lack of rest. Like he hasn't rotated unless he's been forced to rotate.
Can I point you there, bro? And then you can carry on. You saying you don't blame the style, but you blame the lack of rotation, right? That's what your excuse is, right? However, in order to rotate your players have to be at least 50% fit. You know, they can't be injured all the time. So let's just say your first team get injured. Now you're bringing on your bench and they get injured. Whose fault is that? It's down to what you're telling them to do on the pitch. There has to be a balance of both worlds.
I hear what you're saying, TJ, but the only reason the first team would get injured and then the bench come in is because the bench wasn't brought in to rotate. That's my point.
So at the start of the
season, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. At the start of it's down to Ange's lack of rotation is where I blame him. Because I think about this, right? Like at the start of the season, when everyone's healthy, Jed couldn't get into the team, Reguilon couldn't get into the team, Archie Gray and Bergwijn didn't sniff the Premier League at all. That's already 4 players there that are playing key minutes for us now.
And then we had them injuries to our 2 centre backs, and he sent our only centre backs on loan. So we were playing with makeshift centre backs. Yo, bro, Ange's to blame.
Yeah, no, Ange's definitely to blame. But I'm saying I blame his lack of rotation for the injuries, not even the
he never had rotation, though. That's the problem.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't have rotation, which is why I think the injuries are this severe. Because remember, for the Chelsea game, he threw Romero and Van de Ven back on. If he didn't do that, we'd have them back fit by now. You get what I'm saying? They would have already been playing by now. The only reason
it's even worse. The first season when we had Romero and Van de Ven out, and you decide to play 4 left backs. I remember there was 4 right back, left back, right backs and left backs on. If you remember that iconic game where there was just 4 right backs, left backs, right on the pitch, innit? You question Ange's sanity, because if one of them gets injured, bro, one bites the dust, innit? We couldn't afford. You see, I blame Ange for not using his youth correctly. He's now been forced to use the youth.
That's what I've been blaming him for. That's what I was saying, TJ. Like I 100% agree with you, but that's what I was saying in terms of his lack of rotation. Like he has youth there that he can play. He's had to
not
rely on the youth.
utilized them. Yeah, no, I will agree with you. I will agree with you. He hasn't utilized his youth. And the reason, and you can pan back to when we first signed Ange. I said, okay, cool. We're signing a 5th choice manager, right? Hopefully our youth get more game time. Didn't I say that?
Well, that was the first thing. Remember the first season we were talking about give the youth some time.
In this youth project thing, isn't it? Like it's not. We've been hearing youth project. He's only been using the youth. He's been only using the youth because he has no choice now. But like when everyone was fit, he wasn't using the youth. Like that's why it's like that's what I'm saying. That's why that's the reason. Like I blame the injuries on Ange and his lack of rotation. Not even start a play because like we see like Archie Gray and Bergvall come in and they've been all right. They ain't suffered crazy. We've seen Brandon Austin come in. He's looked all right. We've seen Jed
I've been so real in it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But a bit of the problem is we're running like 9 miles per hour. And example for the Hoffenheim game, Archie Gray, look, regardless of what people thought, he had a good not good performance. He had an all right performance, innit? But after half time, he's knackered, bro.
Yeah.
He was knackered. Yeah.
Yeah, which is true. That's 100% facts.
Which shows us that. Oh, go for it, bro. You said what you were gonna say.
No, I'm saying, yeah. So what you're saying is 100% true, innit? My more thing is like, if from the start of the season we were rotating all these guys that we're being forced to play right now, we wouldn't have as many injuries. That's one. Yeah. Our league position would be better. That's two. Kulusevski and Maddison, our top players, our senior players, would be playing better because they had more rest. That's three. Those three things are irrefutable. They would all be playing better and we'd look better. But because he's basically exhausted the whole starting 11, right? So now they're going down. Now they can't play. And the ones that are not injured, they're playing like shit right now. Kulusevski's playing like crap. He had a good game last time, but overall he's been playing like crap. Son is washed. Werner's just got injured. Sar's just got injured. Basuma plays like crap. Most of our senior players who haven't got injured yet this season are not playing well because they're tired. If we were already rotating players that are now performing like some of our best players, now, if we were doing that throughout the start of the season, up to now, not only would there be less injuries, our starting 11 would be playing way better because they've had more rest. The youth would have already had game time and experience in the Premier League.
So, 100% I agree with you, bro.
See their development, all of that. That's why I've got Ange right there.
I totally agree with you, and it's Ange's fault because we you know what? We didn't just see it when this season. We saw it last season because I remember when I was screaming about bringing 2 centre backs. I was screaming about it. As would know this, innit? I probably was the only fan base that said I wanted 2. I don't want one. We didn't replace our last one, and then he sold Sanchez and Dyer, bro. That was just a shot to my brain.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Yeah. How you been, bro? You been alright?
Big up, guys. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe to Spurs Vision TV, the 2 marks, Spurs TV, and of course the Elijah's channel. I can't see it. N22 or something. Okay. But guys, we beat below average Hoff, right? And I've been saying it's papering over the cracks again. And the worst thing is that, right? I did a watch along, right, Harry? You should know that, right? And I said this, right?
You did do it.
Yeah, I said this, right? Yeah, I said this, guys. Is Hoffenheim, right, the quality, and the Leicester quality, are we the same? Is it the same, right? So if Leicester is a bit better, and if they can be a bit more clinical, we're going to have a hard game.
We're going to be finished, bro. If they can be clinical, we're in trouble, by the way.
Yeah, that's right. We gave up 22 shots
I agree with you, man.
Man, we gave up 22 shots, right, against a below average Hoffenheim. Guys, imagine that. The problem with us is that we give out too many shots. You get what I'm saying? So
too many chances.
I guess, yeah. So the thing is that if we still keep this kind of trend, I don't know what to say, man. That's what I've been saying, guys. With this type of style of football, the way we are playing, no one wants to admit it, right? We look like freaking relegation fodder. That's all.
I think we're right in it. I know no one wants to re-admit it, but we're right in
I've been saying for so long, Harry. You should know that, right? So
well, I did. You said it before everyone else. To be fair, this season
we are in amongst it, but luckily, I think there's 3 worse teams than us.
The teams that went up
are the
same teams that will go down.
1 second, you say that, yeah. I agree with. I agree. There's 3 worst teams, but we're a part of them worst teams because we can easily lose it.
Yeah.
You know, we could easily lose to them.
That's the problem, Mark. That's what I'm saying. The problem, Mark. Right? If those 3 worst teams, right, improve, right, and we regress, right, where are we going? Because we've been regressing ever since the 10 games that we went on that unbeaten round, and we've been found out.
But
we've not improved from that.
I got a stat from Ian Lubin, right? He said that take the first 10 games of last season out of it, when we were top of the league, after the Chelsea game, for the last 28 games of the season, we were 12th in the form guide, right? But we got 5th because of our amazing start. And so this season, being 15th isn't a surprise. It's not a surprise. It just means we're doing slightly worse than last year. The warning signs were last year. But
I've been saying that.
Our amazing start papered that over, and we got 5th, which was a disgrace, by the way.
When I look at the Fulham away game, I look at the Newcastle away game, I look at those sorts of games, and I think, especially because I called the Fulham.
You know what's funny? He said this the game that I said when I said everything will fall apart when it hit that Chelsea game.
Yeah, you did say that.
And I was the first fan to say this is when we were winning everything, innit? We were winning every single game, innit? And the fan base have got that.
28 points after 10 games.
The fan base have got that. We were going against Pochettino and a counter-attacking team, right? And I said we would lose dramatically in it, and I felt like it would fall all apart. And bro, from that day, bro, it's been bad. It's been terrible. We haven't held form. I don't think we've even won 3 games in a row.
No,
not for a long time.
I can't remember when we won 2 in a row. Not league games.
It's terrible, man.
No, we did win. We did win. Not league games. Yeah, Mike.
Yeah,
Mark.
A cup in the league, maybe. But certainly not 2.
That's why it papered over the cracks the first time, right? When we went on that 7 or 5 games run with league and cup games and all that. But to tell the truth, right? I've been saying it, right? The test will come at Anfield, and of course Leicester is going to be first, right? So, yeah, if that bombs, right? Oh dear.
I think Vardy's going to score against us as usual. But...
Imagine, right? Even Van Nistelrooy is in trouble now. So
my issue is I know Mark says there's 3 worse teams, but if you look at our next 5 games, we've got Ipswich as well, and we've got United, and we've got Brentford away. Like we've got games where I think we won't win away. For example, Brentford away, I don't see us getting anything. If we lost at home to Ipswich, so if I think we could easily lose to there, and that could be like a 6-pointer. If we somehow lose on Sunday, I think we're right in it.
The thing is, though, is that the reason why they might beat us in it, but we're not at the stage of the season where if they beat us, we go down. We're slightly past halfway. But I'm saying we're gonna pick up, even if we struggle against them, we'll pick up enough points against other opposition that will, I guess, at mid-table. Yeah, I believe so. They're not gonna pick them, and the way they'll survive relegation if they beat up on themselves, and then they'll get points off each other. We'll take points off of mid-table teams.
Because in reality, you need one of those 3 teams in the bottom 3 to catch us, right? So you think about it like that. I think the only team is really Ipswich. I think personally that could do it.
Yeah, but Ipswich they're gonna lose too many games, man. Ipswich is like Luton last year. They'll give teams a hard time. They might beat a couple teams. You're like, oh shit, they beat them, but it's just like Luton, they're gonna go down as well, fam.
Let's face it, Southampton are down.
Yeah, forget Southampton.
We can all agree that. So that's one. That's one spot. So there's 2 spots left. Who's going down? Yeah. And we are in amongst it. I mean, if we keep losing, say we lost Sunday to Leicester, and we really got sucked into it. Would you trust our team to scrap their way out of it?
I don't think so. We don't even have the right mindset manager to do it, and we don't even have a team to do it. We got a bunch of youngsters fighting a relegation battle.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't trust us to scrap and fight for.
You see, for me, innit?
We can't even beat Tamworth in normal time with a strong squad. Imagine
my home team got a draw up there, and they had 10 men. My home team drew 0-0 at Tamworth in October.
No way.
With 10 men. Exactly what Tottenham done.
So if you look, Everton have a game in hand and they're 4 points behind. If they somehow win their game in hand, that's a point.
Well, that's Liverpool, though. Yeah.
I mean, you say that, but I was talking to someone about this. Doesn't it depend how the fixtures fall, though? Like, it might not actually be Liverpool. Like, I'm not saying it won't be, but like.
No, it's only confirmed that it's Liverpool. The extra game week is Liverpool.
But then they got.
No, it's confirmed Liverpool. Imagine, right? That game, right, is played, right? Just as Liverpool enters the final of the Champions League.
And you know what? Let me be honest with you. There's a chance that they could do one over Liverpool because, like, it wouldn't be surprising. It wouldn't be surprising. It's one of them fixtures where it's rivals against rivals, you know? Boom goes out the window. Them type of games are really aggressive, though. You get where I'm coming from. So,
but if it's at Anfield, then there's no chance they win.
I think it is at Anfield as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no chance they beat Liverpool at Anfield. No chance. It's pretty much just no chance in hell. That's like saying we're gonna go to Arsenal, bro. Like, I can believe it as much as I can, bro. But when the players step out on there, it's long.
It's 16 games left. I mean, I don't know. For me, a lot of it
remember
if Ipswich beat us and they makes up some points, if Leicester beat us, like, I think we can be thrown into it. Like, it depends if they can get over 20 points in the next month or so. Not over 20 points next month, as in they go above 20 points, say 23, 22, 20, something like that. And we stay on 24. And we stay on 24. Like, we're in
I'm gonna
trouble.
take the optimistic route, man. I don't think we're not gonna lose to.
No, we shouldn't
We're
really.
gonna beat Leicester. We're gonna beat Leicester, man. I'm taking
a lot of people say
route.
we're too good to go down, but I don't think you're ever too good to go down. I mean, they thought about Newcastle.
I wouldn't say we're too good to go down. I'd say we're better than
Elijah.
We're gonna pick up more points than other teams.
No, Elijah. Imagine Leicester, right? Let's look at the Leicester game, right? We played in midweek. Archie Gray was sitting on the ground. I was lying on the ground. We are burning out our youth players. So think about that. And Leicester be well rested, right? We look at the Leicester game first. For the league position, right? We need to look at the Leicester game because, first of all, what we did in Hoffenheim, right? We came out, we were strong, we got a two-goal lead, right? Then we faltered. You understand? We faltered in the intensity, the competitiveness, everything until they scored their goal, right? Then only we started to come back again, you know. But that's what I'm saying. We are playing. I mean, Sunday the early game too.
Hoffenheim should have got more out of the game. I 100% agree with you. I just think the context is different because it's the Europa League, and like. I feel like we're going to beat Leicester, and I don't think it'll be that deep. Like,
I think we'll on the road.
But guys, I'm going to ask you this question, right? Regular was rested. Spence is rested. Do you think Ange, right, will take out Porro?
No,
and
he wouldn't.
Davis.
You know why? Because he hasn't done it. He hasn't ever done it.
He's not taking out Porro, but he's taking out Davies for sure.
He won't be taking out Porro. He'll
play Spence at left back.
He'll play Spence. Spence will play, but he'll play Porro. Roy Reguilon won't play.
Spence is injured. When did he get injured, Kiwi? I don't know.
Oh, Spence is injured. Yeah.
If Spence is injured, then he's going to play them. But Andrew's not a smart guy,
right? He has to play Reguilon, doesn't he? At that point.
Yeah. Andrew's not. Look, let me be real. Let me be so real in it. Yeah. Look, again, I don't know. I haven't heard the news of Spence being injured, and if he is injured, then he will end up playing Reguilon. But for me, he hasn't shown to rotate these players. He likes his favorites, regardless if they're on oxygen tanks, bro. You know they run 100 miles. Bro, he's like, yo, yes sir, go. Do it,
I'm
bro.
gonna be real, yo. I don't think Maddison's gonna be starting. He's gonna be on the bench.
You're right. I think you're right, man.
Yep.
Right.
I'm telling you,
After
this
that
fan base done
performance.
scapegoated Maddison, man. They done
He doesn't like
scapegoated this guy.
Maddison. He doesn't
No.
like him.
I'm saying the fan base has scapegoated this guy, man. He's literally one of our best players, and he's got scapegoated, bro, because these men want to back this manager, bro. This shit is insane,
Honestly,
man.
I think Maddison would actually have cooked with the right manager. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Maddison and Kulu, this system.
Guys, Maddison is questioning his tactics. That's why.
I
because like Maddison is better than Kulusevski. It's just Kulusevski flourishes more in this system. Like in this system, you just gotta have legs. Your tactical, not tactical. Your technique, your technical ability doesn't matter that much in this system, because look at the amount of goals we score where we just whip it back post and Brennan's there, fam, or we just loop it and we just somehow score a goal in it. Like none of our goals really have a crazy amount of technical prowess if it's not Kulusevski or Maddison creating or scoring it. So this system don't rely on technical players or nothing like that. And Maddison's a technical guy. He's not a physical guy. He's not going to be, you know what I'm saying, pressing all the time and running back to defend all the time, because that's not his game, innit? But when we put Maddison in a position to succeed, that's when we'll see the best of the team.
1 second, my bro. 1 second, my bro. Do you think the players, it just comes to my head, innit? You think the players are falling in, becoming injured because they know they're in a relegation battle? You know, the ones they're like, it's hurting their ego, so they're just saying like, yo, I can't be asked anymore.
I don't even think it's that. I just think they're dead tired.
There was a rumor.
I honestly just think it's tired.
There was a rumor going saying that some players are taking time longer to get back because they don't want to play the football.
Do you blame them?
I don't know.
Do you blame them? I mean,
no, I don't, because
we signed.
Yeah, you're going to get injured again, right?
Yeah. We signed Mickey van der Ven, who's an outstanding defender, and Ange's ruining him. He's ruined him. I'm not saying he didn't have injuries before he came to us, but look how many he's had since he's been here.
I'm with Elijah. Elijah has to go. But you need to head off in it. But guys, please go subscribe to Elijah's channel.
Appreciate everyone on the panel. Appreciate everyone in the chat, man. Take care of yourselves.
Go subscribe.
Bye.
Yeah, but you're right.
Take care, Elijah. Yeah.
In a bit.
Yeah. What I was gonna say in it, so the player dropping down like flies, and if I was a player, my career's on the line, innit? Let's be real with it. So I might drop down like fly as well, by the way, because he is really killing people's careers.
What did I say early in the season, right?
Yeah.
When he said he's comfortable in conceding, right? Imagine the mentality of Romero, right? A World Cup winner. Yeah. To tell him that, bro, you're going to be comfortable in conceding, right? So there's no pride in keeping the clean sheet. So that's why Romero's injured now most of the time. And that's why Romero gets more in Argentina than in Spurs.
Didn't Maddison make a comment the other day about defending or something after we lost? I think, didn't he say something on the Spurs channel? Because they were asking him about how he felt, and he looked like dejected, obviously. But then he said something about defense or something. I don't know what it was, that comment. But I think Elijah's spot on about Maddison. He's going to get dropped, because I don't get this yet, but he away to Man City. Maddison was probably one of our best player, probably arguably. I mean, got the match. I think he got dropped the next day, didn't he? The next game, if I'm not wrong. I think
he's very in and out. He's in one game and then he's out the next.
I would 100%. I agree. I'd play him on Sunday, 100%. And against his old team.
The thing is, isn't it? The thing is, Ange's not helping this scenario as well, because you've got the players there though. Like Maddison, as much as you might not like him, you can utilize them. You can utilize him. He's there, bro. You just
I agree with you, bro.
Utilize him.
I agree with you, bro.
But the problem with Maddison is, right, Maddison doesn't suit his play. And Maddison knows that. And he knows that. So that's why I guess there's this clash that they have now. That's why he doesn't start in the Premier League size. That's how I see it.
The thing is he's not a runner, is he? He's not 100 mile an hour, run everywhere. He's not that player, is he? That's why you don't
Mark, to tell the truth, right? No one is 100 miles per hour runner. No. That's why most of our squad now, right, is being decimated by the way he tries to play. That's why he needs. That's why you remember he said something right in the news conference. Even I have 50 squad players, right? It wouldn't work with the injuries I have.
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, the same thing happened at Celtic, but Celtic are that far clear, it didn't matter. Because I saw a stat that Celtic spend 60% of the money in Scotland. 60% of the transfers is done by 60% of the money spent on transfers is done by Celtic. The other 40% is everybody else, like Premier League 1, 2, and 3, whatever they got up there. That is the rest of the budget, split between all the teams.
Interesting.
That's why Celtic wins most of the games, and most of the time they win everything.
Problem is that even if he got backed in the summer, say we got Neto, Gallagher, and I don't know, Solanke and one other player, and say we got one youngster like Gray or but let's say Odebert's the other youngster, just out of argument's sake, I still think we'd still have an injury crisis. I still think Neto would have gone down.
Because the system, because for me, the system is not like the way he wants the players to play is 100 miles per hour. And I said this earlier with Conte, Mourinho, Poch, Nuno, name all of our managers. There was periods in the game where the players wasn't running. The players wasn't running 99 miles per hour. Give example, Conte. I'll do the context again. Conte was known for pragmatic. So most of that back line would sit back, right? And break on the counter. So there would be periods of games where we would be defending for our life, right? But there would be periods of games where we would be counter-attacking and running at 99 miles per hour. With Ange, it's
that's for 5 minutes.
99 at 1 minute to 90. Yeah. Only 99. No 50% here, 50% here. And I also blame the fact that we don't have no natural leaders on the pitch. Because you also need leaders to dictate how you want to play. So you got a Modric. Modric is a good person, right? Because he will slow down the tempo. He will say to his fellow teammates, calm down, pass around, slow down, not go 99 miles per hour. Whereas we don't have that.
TJ, your manager is telling you, right, that you have to be 99 miles per hour all the time. Yes or not?
Exactly.
That's why our player, that's why it doesn't work. That's why our players are confused. That's why I've been saying, right, after those 10 games, right, I've been watching the regression, right, that we don't even play football anymore. We're chasing the ball around like a bunch of
We're running like little kids. Yeah.
Well, you're talking about lack of leaders, right? So I was watching Last Word on Spurs last night, which I don't know if you guys saw in the group chat. I got a lot of shit for writing chat. So I went and wrote in it earlier because I muted my mic and did the same thing. So obviously I don't know what's happening right now. But besides the point, they were talking about they're looking around the squad themselves. I'm talking about the panel. I'm not getting personal because I can't remember who it was anyway. I'm saying we look at the squad and there's no leaders. And I'm like, but Ange said he wanted to make leaders. So why are we sitting here all surprised?
But you know what?
Where's the leadership? And Son, I wrote Son ain't the captain because he ain't a captain. And remember when I said that, TJ? I was like, so against Son being captain. Yeah? I mean, and the thing is that Ange partly caused this himself because he didn't go out. He didn't keep Højbjerg, number one. I would have kept Højbjerg.
He sold all the natural leaders in terms of Harry Kane, Davis, Dyer, Højbjerg. Bro, you sold all the even Davis. I'm gonna even put him as that natural leader, but because he's not even getting on the pitch as much as he wants to, right? But he sold all the natural leaders that can actually lead these young guys, and we don't have it anymore.
You should go watch Peter Crouch's podcast, right? I was watching Ashley Cole. He was on there like the other day. I haven't finished watching the whole thing, but I started watching like most of it last night. And he was talking about how when he was a youngster and his story. But I'm going to skip to like the part which is important. And he said he had some like, I hate to reference Arsenal, but he had Tony Adams, Martin Keown, all these older guys around him to take. They took him under his wing. They used this phrase back in the day. They took him under his wing. So he was a young fella. He was like 18, I think, when he broke through. And they were like, and he because he had older players around him like that, proper leaders, proper men, he turned into the player he was, because obviously they guided him, they helped him develop like mentally, because they said they tested a lot of his mental strength as well in one of his test games. When I look at our squad, do I see characters like that, like hard men, like proper?
We don't have that anymore.
I'm not saying
we haven't had that in a long time, Has.
I look, even United, Bruno is more like that, I think, than any of the players we have. I know
Eriksen as well.
Yeah, like, but they were experienced players, and then they'll probably take one of the young players under their wing, and say, look, this is how I'm going to help you, become the player. Let's say, I don't know. But when I look at our squad, I don't see that. I know Maddison's character in a different way, but
they look at players like Werner as the leaders because they're the natural.
Exactly.
They're the natural lead. See, this is the problem. This is why I'm sorry, Has to cutting you out, innit? But this is why I have a problem with when you buy a bunch of youth and you bring them to preschool. You need a good teacher to teach them. If you have a bad teacher, I know TJ could take half of our squad. Bro, listen, I've smacked most of them up, bro. None of them have bite, bro. I'll be so real, innit? None of them have bite. Back when I used to watch Tottenham play against Arsenal, you would see some punches.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, it's a pussy fault. Pussy.
They can't go into crunching on the Arsenal game because you know why? The injury list is so bad. Yes, that's why Ange is desperate. He's telling his players not to go all in.
But
that's why we're turning out to be shit now.
I think naming Son, people fucking hate me for this. Naming Son the captain of the club was the biggest mistake Ange and the club ever did, because I know it was a PR move. Like I said that from the beginning, but the guy is not
naming Son as a captain has always been a PR move. Harry, you should know that, right? But
it's not. What I'm saying is, it was doomed from the start, in my opinion.
I'd be so real in it, yeah. I might get a lot of flack for this, innit? Yeah. But naming Son was definitely a PR move.
It was. I said that.
Yeah, of course it is.
70%.
Yeah.
80% of that fan base that go to watch the game, and I'll be so real in it, yeah. 80% are not actual Spurs fans.
You're right. I'm in the stadium, so
I'll be so real. Listen, this is I might get slapped for it, but the sport's gone weak. We're now a franchise. We're you know, in America they have like NBA superstars, yeah. They have like the Nets, and they have like the Lakers and that. Yeah. Because a player plays for the other other team, innit? They're gonna want to wear the. Example. One of my mates told me a story. He went to the Wolves game, and the Spurs fans were clapping or something about clapping or something.
Why? Huang Chan was playing as well. That's why.
Yeah.
TJ, I've been saying this for so long, right, TJ?
The Spurs fans were clapping when we conceded, bro. Is that what?
I was there, yeah, and when Huang Chan was attacking. So I had some Koreans sitting in front of me. Man, I'm gonna get killed for this. But they were flipping like, "Oh my god, what a miss!" When they towards us a chance. And I'm like, "Who the fuck?" I'm thinking in my head, "Who the fuck do you support?"
Yeah, who do you support?
They're sitting there with Tottenham Son's shirts.
Guys, I've been saying this, right? The fan base that goes to the stadium, right?
Honestly, what am I watching?
The fan base that goes to the stadium, Harry. The fan base that goes to the stadium now are bourgeois fans. They are not there for the glory, to the win. Yeah, and they're there just for the occasion, the entertainment. Right after that, we go out for a beer, have a good time. Right? They're not there. Even if we lose, they don't feel sad. They don't feel sad when we lose. Right, I'm in Malaysia, and when we lose, I feel so sad.
That is because the likes of, well, I never used to go a lot anyway, but like the ordinary bloke, your die-hard Tottenham fan, can't afford to go anymore.
Yeah, no, bro. I'll be so real.
I'm lucky because my dad has money, right? But I know loads of other people who are Spurs fans that don't have season tickets. Like not just people on YouTube.
Myself. I'm gonna put my hand up here.
They live in Scotland, somewhere in London. They can't get a ticket because it's so expensive.
Not even London, bro. I live.
Yeah, no, you live in Tottenham.
2 centimeters. When I say 2 centimeters, I mean 2 bloody centimeters away from Tottenham.
Yeah.
And I can't go to watch it.
No, you can't afford it, probably.
Yeah.
Bro, listen, I have to do a few drug deals in order to get that logical, bro. Bro, because one actual standard ticket is not worth it.
I'll tell you the truth. I'll tell you the truth now. I get offered tickets quite a lot through the county I'm in. We got a supporters thing, and if season tickets want to give their season ticket up, they put it in the Facebook group chat. You go on there, I'll have it. They add you to their thing and then transfer you the ticket. You sort the money out, you know. But I've bank transferred money to somebody and they've sent me the ticket over, right? Now, say that ticket cost me £70. Like there's a bus that leaves from my way. Every home game, it will leave probably 7 hours before kickoff. Gets there 3 hours before kickoff, so you got enough, you know. The sherbet's on the bus anyway, so
yeah. I know you get
yeah. I get wrecked on the bus, let alone going in the bricklayers and that.
Yeah, I don't drink anymore, so I'm.
Well, but like, So the last time I went, ticket was 70. Right, coach 30. That's a oneer gone on before I leave my house.
Plus drinks, you're talking 200.
Yeah, no. I spend £100 before I leave my house. Ticket in the bus. You know what I mean? And then you got to feed yourself. You got to obviously have a beer.
Chick King,
Chick King, obviously. Yeah, Chick
King.
6-7 quid, I guess. I don't know.
You know, if you're with me, I can get it for.
So I don't know how much that is.
I get it for £3, man.
Yeah. I'll go with you.
Guys, imagine that. Guys, imagine that, right?
I'll go with you next time.
Guys, imagine that, right? The amount of money that you spend, right, in the stadium and all that, right? And if I'm in Malaysia, right, you times that by 5.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Because Eugene, you got to get a flight now as well.
Yeah,
I see. I feel sorry for fans like Eugene because he's diehard Tottenham. You know, he's more diehard Tottenham than most fans that go to the stadium and watch them games.
Mark, I'll give you an example. Yeah, so I can't remember what game it was. I got up, started screaming at the players, swearing and shit about the tactics. This guy next to me pulls me down. He's like, "Calm down." Like I was honestly, man. But then you see people. This was against Liverpool, I think, and you see people 5-1 down, fucking singing his name. And I'm like, what is wrong with these people? Like, and that's people from. But then I say that, bro. This is people from like the South Stand who are meant to be like the voice, right? This is what I don't understand about this fan base.
Well, it's not even that in there, mate. Yes, it's loud in there.
Oh, Harry, the South Stand has been diluted, right?
Really,
that's the problem.
I'm in West here, so I don't really know. But I know you just say what sums it up for me. Never bought anything in Club Shop since we knocked down White Hart Lane, so I've not spent anything in there. I walked in there like before Christmas or something. And most of the fans there, they're not Tottenham fans.
They're not of real quality of fans.
Yeah.
That's
also, you know what I mean. Like most of the people they're there for day.
Exactly, they're not of the quality of fans what is meant to support Tottenham. You know, Tottenham was meant to be.
I look at the cost of the ticket, the stuff in there. The cheapest thing I could find was like 30 quid, I think, 40 quid. And that was like a little thing.
Keyring.
A keyring or something like that.
Yeah.
Like retro kits are half price compared to like the original. The original was £100 minimum. And if you get the elite, it's like 120. Like back in the day, I used to buy kit for like 30 to 50 quid, I remember.
I'll be so real.
I'll be honest with you. Daniel does not want fans like me at the stadium who won't go in the club shop, who won't buy anything in the stadium. He doesn't want me. I've not been. He wants people there, like, and I'm not calling him out, but people like Bobby Kay, who brought his kids over from Canada.
Yeah.
Right? It was one of their birthdays as well. They had all their Christmas money because it was the Arsenal game a couple of years ago.
I remember we lost 3-0, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah. It was 2 or 3-0 we lost. But that's who he wants there. People that have never been to the stadium before, big Tottenham fans that go there, empty their wallet in the club shop, buy, because let's face it, who knows if they're going to come back? I don't know. You don't know. Whereas like you, TJ, and you live in London, like you could go, especially you can go anytime you want. But really doesn't want people like you there.
And the reason
I'll be so real in it, yeah. Since
you guys might think like, you know, like anyway, but like, the reason I keep going obviously because my dad's like 80, yeah. So for me, going with him to games is like
it's the memory.
At least twice a week is going to be with him. So I kind of have to go regardless if we're so shit anyway. And I do like going to the game with him because I've been doing it since I was a kid. So you know.
Yeah, but there we go. But like he doesn't want the likes of you and your dad there that won't spend nothing.
Yeah. So like, for what I'm saying, like you mentioned about Bobby, he wants more day trippers, as in people go like a one-off game.
Yeah.
Rather than people who are like, I will go in and we'll just say.
I'll be so real, bro. Let me be so real in it. Yeah. When they built that new stadium, I was so pissed off with it because where I live in it, I could actually look into White Hart Lane. I could actually look into it. So I would have Sky Sports playing on the TV. And you can see that I would get a live view. Now he's created a dome. He done it on purpose. I believe he done it on purpose. Now I can't see above the ceiling, man.
I know I'm talking theoretically.
Of course he's done it on purpose, TJ. Right? He's built this stadium, right, to bring in extra 20 over more thousand fans, right? And those 20 over thousand, I won't even call them fans, right? They're gonna be customers, clients, right? That go in and dilute the hardcore fans. Simple as that. Right? So that's why I said Levy has done a masterclass with a new stadium, right? While he bullshitted us about this stadium will bring us to the next level, right? Yeah, of course, the next level in money, right? But not in the football.
Oh, wait, question, lads, is Tottenham a town or a poorer area of quality as well? So originally Tottenham is a very it's a very poor area, one of the poorest areas in London, in fact. Would you call it a town?
Not really.
Right, it's a borough, isn't it?
It's a borough, yeah. But I don't think he's from the UK.
The Tottenham borough, right, was the poorest borough in the whole of London, where the property
Harringay is the poorest borough, but
Harringay.
Yeah, and the property is the cheapest, right? It's called the Harringay. It's under the Harringay district or council or something like that. Right?
It's under Harringay Council. Yeah.
The riots started there. Remember?
Bro, listen. In fact, I can't say too much on here, innit? I can't say too much on here, innit?
You're going to get into trouble. But
I'll get into trouble with it. I will get into trouble more than anything else, innit?
If we get relegated, if they cut the season ticket prices in half, just by I don't know if they will. Like, I'm talking just.
No, don't be silly,
guys. If we get relegated, right, Lenny Levy, right, is gonna up the prices of the tickets. You know why? Because we're gonna win a trophy.
Yeah, but Kiwi, hold on. Can I just say something before you guys carry on? Hold on 1 minute, guys. Can I just say something? Kiwi, 110%. Harringay is one of the poorest boroughs in London. You've got Harringay, and you've got Croydon. You've got a few Brixton, but Tottenham is one of the poorest areas. So to build a stadium like this in the area, and if you've ever been to actual Tottenham, you understand the type of people in Tottenham. There's a lot of crackheads. Like it's a rough area, isn't it? I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a rough area. It's filled with gangs. I'll be so real in it. So the average fan wouldn't understand it. To be honest with you,
unless you've been there,
unless you've been there and understand, you see it, you wouldn't understand it. That's all I wanted to say. But carry on with what you're saying.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, like, if say they were to cut the prices, I know I'm talking theoretically here because obviously we'll win the championship. You might have to try and attract more people into the stadium. Let's say, for example, is there more chance then? I know it sounds weird, for more to say like the real fans, quote unquote, to go back into the stadium. Say if it's like half the price or 3/4 of the price, like would it encourage more of them to come back? Like, would it be a good thing to get relegated if it means more of the real fans come back? I don't know.
A lot of the fans will. A lot of these 80% of the fan base will disappear. I mean, I'll be so real. 80% of the fan base will disappear because most of them are not there to support Tottenham. You got the hard
we're not in the Premier League, like we're not in Europe.
Yeah, you got the diehard Spurs fans that will support through thick and thin. That will stay there, right?
And that's thin and thin. It's not thick and thin. Thin and thin.
Thin and thin. Yeah. 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 So you've got a lot of fans that will obviously stay to see us go down, right? Obviously, like myself.
Bought his season tickets when we went down to 77, just for context. Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, so that because a lot of people didn't renew and stuff, whatever, and he bought them then.
77.
Man, we need to go down. I'll get my hands on one.
Went down to 77 or 78.
77 we went. So 77 we were. It was May 1987. 1977 when we went down.
So he bought them like the season after, wherever it was.
Yeah. And then we was down for 77, 78, and then the World Cup happened, and then Ozzy and Ricky turned up, and we got
because
we were promoted.
Ozzy's my dad's favorite ever plus.
Yeah, but to be honest, even when we got relegated for that one season, we never came up as champions.
Was it?
We were
behind Southampton, I think. Or we drew at Southampton. We drew at Southampton the last day, and we went up in second place.
I was second.
Yeah, we're running up.
Or third.
Because the same. I think it was the year after Man United got relegated. Am I not right or wrong?
Did they almost get relegated?
No, they got relegated.
They got relegated.
Did they
did get one of their ex-players stuck them down. Who was it? The one who's just died?
I can't remember. Let me be honest with you. It was kind of past. It's past my time. I wasn't born then, innit? I know the history. Yeah, because I know the history. Like I'm a diehard fan, and that's all I know, innit? But I remember it was either United the next season getting relegated, and
I don't think so.
Was it not the next season?
I think United got I got this here.
Yeah. Double check, please. I remember it's United going down sometime around when we went down, but I can't remember when. But Hans, let me be honest with you. If we do end up going down, are you saying the ticket prices will be cheaper? Yeah, of course it would be cheaper. The season ticket prices.
I have your answer.
Right?
But I'm saying, would that encourage more of like the real fans, quote unquote, to come back? Because
maybe,
right?
Maybe.
And then all these fans that were saying,
when the price goes down, right, then you get more, hardcore fans coming back. They can afford it, right? But the worst part is that what I'm saying, right, Harry? Imagine we get relegated and the ticket prices go up.
I have your answer, TJ. I have your answer here. Man United were relegated. Well, someone's put it in there as well, but I googled it, Christopher. 73-74. And so, yes, I was alive, but I would have only been like 3 or 4.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And it was Dennis, I'm sure it was Dennis Law, ex-Man United player.
Oh, yeah.
He played for Man City and scored that put him down because he didn't celebrate. He was in tears at the end of the game.
Imagine that happens to Tottenham, man.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm waiting for us to get relegated to see what our fan base will do, right? Will they accept it? Will they all turn on Levy?
Yeah, that's it. There, Dennis Law sent them down. Yeah. See, I'm not old and crazy, just a little bit.
But like, I still think I don't think we'll go down, but I still think the possibility because if we don't pick up form, I think we're in real trouble.
Can you imagine that Ollie Skip or Winks scored against us to send us down?
I could be Vardy. I'm on money on Vardy this weekend. To be honest. He always scores against us. Jamie Vardy.
All right, so what? Leicester now, it's a must-win game.
Yeah. How do you think it's going to
go? We have played a tiring match at Hoffenheim, coming back on EasyJet, right? You think we will have that kind of strength? I think if we scrap a draw, right, that will be lucky.
Yeah. Levy paid for EasyJet.
Do you remember when Soldado?
They had the walk back.
I think when Soldado joined, he came from EasyJet, from what I remember. I think. Our biggest sign at the time, he joined. He booked him a flight on EasyJet. I remember.
But serious note though, Leicester, we have to win them.
I believe we will.
We're gonna win, Mark.
Yeah. Personally, I think we will, but it will be a squeaky bum one. I think we'll win 2-1 or 3-1.
Yeah, I believe 2-1. I believe we will. We have to, and if we don't, if we lose to Leicester, Ange has to get the sack.
Yeah.
No, he won't get the sack, right? He's still in the Europa League, right? And he's still in the Carabao Cup, right? He won't get the sack. He won't.
He has to get the sack,
guys. He won't get the sack, right? I keep saying
it's
this.
It's not fair on my well-being. He has to get the sack.
I don't think
I've been saying this for so long, right? He won't get the sack because he's been placed there, right, to be a distraction and a deflection for Levy. Simple as that, right?
Yes.
Because he keeps coming out and says this, right? Yeah. If any stakes that's on the head is my head. So yeah, we really have to really see.
Daniel knows that if he gets rid of Ange, then every finger in that stadium is going to be pointing at him. And he's not going to do that. Every manager.
How much of a risk is it though, really? Like, what I'm saying is he's kind of risking I hate to say it this way, in leaving Ange there, in my opinion at least. I know a lot of the fan base won't agree with me, but I think he's risking our Premier League
status.
Safety, really. But like,
yeah.
So he has to
but the thing is, right, Harry, the thing is, it's not up to Ange, right? It's not up to Ange. If Levy really wanted to salvage this season and not put us in this kind of position, Ange would be sacked long time ago. That's why I keep saying, right, he's not going to be sacked until, right, we crash out of Carabao Cup, we crash out of FA Cup, we crash out of Europa League, then, and we're still 15 or 16 or 17, or maybe 18th, right, then he'll pull the trigger. But by then, it'll be too late.
In the league. Who will we bring in at 18th, Mason to the end of the season and get relegated?
I don't know. I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny, but with what the stadium does these days, football's on the back burner. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen in the past, like, managers get sacked because we didn't get Champions League or we didn't get European football. That doesn't matter anymore. With what's going on at the stadium now, because was it today or yesterday they announced there's a bloody boxing fight there?
Oh, I didn't see that.
It's Eubank Jr.
When is that going to be?
I'm not sure when it's going to be, but who else is this going there? The Rolling Stones are going there.
Yeah.
They got three concerts with the Rolling Stones. Is it Eubank Jr.? Yeah, there we go. Rolling Stones. I think it's 3, mate. I'm pretty sure it's 3 nights they got there.
They got 50 Cent, Mary J. Blige, and Davido.
Yeah. All them are going there. There's rumors that Adele's going there.
Yeah, she's definitely going to go.
Harry, that's our transfer window, Harry. Harry, that's our transfer window, 50 cents.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? But,
and that's not even 30p, right? 50 cents doesn't even equal, is it 40p?
What I was getting at, though, is that the football side of things doesn't really matter anymore with all the rest of the nonsense that's coming on in.
What's the point of supporting Spurs, man?
Well, there is none. There is none anymore because all we are now is an entertainment business.
Wait, do you lot? I know maybe the Q will not go on 50's Instagram, yeah? Go see what he last posted, bro, about No Diddy, yeah? No Diddy, that's all I'm going to say. It was so funny. His last post was hilarious, bro. Honestly, it was too much.
Yeah, and there's a... Thank you, Christopher. There is a big rugby game been announced today as well. Is it Harlequins against Saracens or something?
So we can do a rugby pitch out of the pitch you've got now. Right?
Yeah, it's regularly used for rugby.
Oh, yeah, you can underneath it. There's a different pitch.
No. They use the grass one.
That's just for NFL.
No, they use the grass one for rugby.
Yeah, they just wreck the grass and then they'll have to do it again.
Yeah, they just remark it. I mean, not that I watch rugby a lot because I don't understand it, but every time I see if I see just switch up, just turn the channel over and rugby's on, it's nearly always at White Hart Lane.
Oh, I didn't know we actually had so much rugby at the stadium.
Yeah, there's loads of it going on there.
So they have other sports. They have other concerts.
NFL, rugby, boxing, concerts. I've worked for all of them.
Is it?
Yeah, man. When a match day, man. Extra money, man. I don't go watch the game, man. I make Levy pay me money.
Yeah.
That's all I will say in it. So I'm working this Sunday, innit?
Because of the game, innit? Because of Leicester.
Yeah. So when there's an event, I kind of like it. I'll be so real in it, yeah. I've kind of subscribed to this Levy.
Do we have any beach volleyball? Because I don't know. It might. You know what I really want? I want fucking cheerleaders on this at halftime. At least give me some happiness at the stadium. You know, like Palace have it. Don't Palace have it still? I think.
I don't know,
bro. Palace used to have cheerleaders at halftime, bro.
I don't know. I haven't watched Palace in a while. I haven't actually watched that much football in a while, to be fair.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Because football is just good. You know, when your team is bad, didn't it? You just unsubscribe from football. Do you get where I'm coming from?
I mean, I was watching the game last night. I was kind of like half watching.
But it was dead though.
I was eating my Nando's while I was watching it, but I was more concentrating on my Nando's than the flipping game because I was like, we're not even playing well. Like, and the tactics are just diabolical. I'm sorry, it's diabolical.
Make the man pay for you. Yeah, I know, bro. Listen, I said this from the get-go, bro. Levy pays for me to work, bro. When he wants to throw all of these events, if I'm not seeing what's good on the pitch, I'm making sure I profit from that shit. Bro, that's my way of protesting, bro. I'll be so real. I can't protest anymore. I don't go to the games. I don't buy no top.
Problem is, like, with this don't go to games, right? I'm not saying it's like gonna make no difference, but the problem is because there's so many people that are in line to take your spot.
I know, innit?
This is why
even the season ticket holders.
Yeah, like, even if I give my season ticket, someone's just going to take, because we had 4 tickets originally. We gave up 1, and this guy took it next, like within like 5 minutes, whatever it was. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, personally, I don't believe the whole giving up the season tickets makes any sort of difference because someone's just going to take it, and also they're always going to fill it up because of Son and other factors, right? So for me, I think the best way you can hurt Levy is actually just to be very toxic to him towards us in the stadium. I mean, that
don't work, man. He loves it. He loves it when you call his name.
No, you say that, but wasn't there that thing? I don't know, it was a year or two ago when like his wife touched him on his hand or something because I was seeing Levy out.
Yeah, that was the Man United game.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, it does actually, like, if we were like that every game, which I mean, our fan base like it wouldn't happen, but I think it's worse. And then I think the walkouts idea is a great idea, but no one's ever going to do it. Like, I don't ever see it ever being done.
The only thing I'll say about the season ticket holders is that now I know I've heard stories that someone was at 20,000 on the list and they got offered them. Yeah. And they got offered them because you got to be is it a One Hotspur Plus member?
Yeah.
And so he cons you out like, I don't know how much that is a year, 50, 60 quid, 50, something 60, something like that. Well, whatever that is, he cons you out of that and you're not guaranteed no games out of it. All you're guaranteed is you're on a season ticket waiting list. Right? And so he's
but he'll give all the season tickets to all the Levy in people. Yeah,
of course he will. Yeah. You know, but and so there's 50 quid a year that he's getting out of people that, you know, people, but those people, well, and you can go on the ticket exchange as well with that, and you can try and buy one. And so you got to pay like 50, 60 pound a year. That's what, £5 a month to.
I was Donna Cullen. Oh, okay, sorry, I was wrong.
No, and so you got to pay £5 a month, say, for the privilege to buy a ticket if you can get one. You know, so
wait, really, I guess each year paying to wait.
Guys, it's all about the money, right? Our club is all about the money. It's not about the fans.
It is all about money.
But what I'm saying is because of, I hate to put it this way, because of Sonny, like we have so many fans in the stadium who aren't Tottenham fans, they're just Son fans. If Son left to another club tomorrow, I think 90% of those people that are in the stadium will probably leave.
Why do you think he's not left?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
They're not. They're gonna. And that's why they bought Yamin Hook. Let's be honest. That's why they bought him.
But that Yamin Hook is
Oh, we know that all the while, right?
I don't think he has
that's the replacement.
It's like Son being one of our best players for all these years has kind of had a bad effect on the actual fan base. I know that makes no sense, but like,
it is true though.
Say we had Son, right, and he was, he almost got sold in his first season. Say he had a second season, he was like rubbish, and he got sold. Like we wouldn't be. I kind of think we wouldn't be in the situation in terms of like.
Can I be honest with you? Our fault. It's it's gotten this bad because it's our fault. We relied on 2 players to bring us up every single year. That was Kane and Son.
Yeah.
And for me, we didn't know how to play without them, and it's become a big issue because now look, you see them struggling to score goals, isn't it? You know, but even just that, it's more of a bigger issue that if we do end up letting Son go, and I think he should go, I think his time is up. We have to get rid. I believe it's time for him to sit on the bench or take a take a coaching job or something. If he really wants to stay.
No, TJ. I was saying in the summer, right? Let Son, right, go. Right, let him play in Saudi Arabia or America or something for 2 years. Then he comes back and become ambassador for Spurs. Right,
but nah, be that way regardless, Eugene.
No, but the problem with Spurs is, right, we always do that to players, right? We keep them until they become a rotten banana.
I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny, but if you look well, me and Eugene will probably remember this. Like, you too young, but remember when Alex Ferguson was Man United manager?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you were in that team. David Beckham, he got rid of.
He dropped Beckham, remember?
Loads of their top players, he got rid of to bring fresh ones in. Always fresh. And like, I'm not sitting here slagging Sonny off because we all love Sonny. We all do, right? But his time is done. He's done now. He's not a winger. He never has been a winger. He's never been a winger.
Mark, you know that our club will not do that.
No, the worst thing about Son, innit? His whole game was on the fact that he could beat the player, and the fact that he lost that aspect of his game. He can't even find space to place a shot.
Did he ever beat a player?
Recently watched him.
He just used his pace.
To be fair, he did beat them with his pace, but
yeah.
No, but that's exactly how he. That's his main.
Basically, right? Son is a counter-attacking player. Simple as that.
Exactly.
Son has been a counter-attacking player, and he doesn't suit this system. Simple as that, right? And when he lost Harry Kane, as his main provider,
counter-attacking system. I don't even think he can beat the player now. He's struggling to find that extra.
Now it's a different thing, TJ. Now Son is totally, I don't know, out of form. Maybe he's injured. There are too many excuses for him. All I can say, right, Son, for what you have done, right, you made me proud, right, as an Asian, right? You're the first Asian to win the Premier League Golden Boot, but you're not doing it for me anymore. Simple as that.
Yeah,
right? I'm a Spurs fan at first, right? Not a Son fan, right?
Exactly.
So
exactly.
I look for the things that will give our squad something. At the moment, you're not giving us anything. You're losing the ball so often, and the worst part is, guys, have you not noticed, right? We lose the ball so easily. Most of the times, right? Most of the times, all of the time, right? So that's the scary thing.
But for me, also thing I'm fed up about, Eugene, is the players come out, the manager comes out. I don't really watch most of the clips anymore, but I see the comments that they say, and I'm just kind of fed up with hearing the same nonsense. They're like, "Oh, we go again." Oh, and I'm like, "You guys, do you not realize the situation you're in?" And I don't know. I don't know. I just don't think
I've been saying this for so long, Harry, right? Our fan base has lost their football common sense. The way you watch us play, right? We are so chaotic. Half the time we don't even know what we're doing with the ball.
Well, I'll give you an example, and you're right, Eugene, because I of course I follow Hated TV on Instagram, And I've been watching the clips every so often of Ange, and then so obviously Ange did another thing the other day, and I was like, Conte left us as 4th, and I read through other comments on there, and they're like, Ange has us playing entertaining football, and if you have the proper players, I'm Ange. All this other crap, right?
No, but guys, to tell the truth, right? That's why there's the excuse there. It is, and to tell the truth, right? If you do lose your 2 first centre backs, right? What do you expect? Yeah. I expect better, but not this. You guys know. But a lot of fans are using the injuries as an excuse for him to get out.
Have 10 injuries.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. Our fan base has lost their football common sense because of one major reason is the manager PTSD.
This is what I wrote on the Hated TV quote of this. You know, we said we're better now than we were last season. I wrote Conte left us in 4th, and I just left it at that. So that was it. Yeah. Question for you, Eugene. Who's most famous in Asia, Son or Park Ji-sung?
Son, to tell the truth, right? Park Ji-sung wasn't a Spurs player, so screw Park Ji-sung.
No, I think Son is bigger. Son is bigger.
Son is definitely bigger. You know why he's bigger? Because I was going to say this, one little thing. You know why Son is bigger? Because he's been the face of basically Tottenham for a long time.
Yeah.
A major.
No, TJ. Do you know why? No, TJ, you're wrong. Do you know why Son is bigger? Because of social media.
Yeah.
It's a different era.
True. That's another
it's a different era. When Park Ji-sung was doing it, right? Number one, he was a bloody Manchester United player. I don't give a F about it. But he brought a lot of pride to the Asian players that opened the doors to tell the Western world, right? Asian players can do it. You can say that. And when Son came along, he fit right into the era of social media. And social media in Korea is so big. Mark, you know that, right? There's Spurs channels, right, in South Korea, right, where they have 200 to 300,000 subscribers.
Bloody hell.
And they're all Son's fans.
You know that YouTube.
Can you send them over to Mark's show?
Yeah, can you send them to my show?
Nah, the thing is that you know what? I try to infiltrate. I try to infiltrate them, but you know what? If you don't speak Korean, right, they don't give a F about you.
Yes, you're right.
I got no hope, man. I barely speak English.
First fan, you remember Eugene? I thought her name. Yeah, she
Guguma.
I went to watch the channel.
Is that
But
it's
talking about Yumi.
It's a Spurs YouTuber.
Yumi. Yumi does watch along. She does Spurs content in English. Her subscriber levels are not big. There's just 2,000 or 3,000 or maybe 4,000 by now. But there are Spurs fans channels in Korea, right? Who are in the hundreds of thousands, but they don't entertain people who speak English. If you can speak Korean,
Eugene,
you're in.
Eugene, quick question: How is Goguma? I haven't seen her around for.
Oh, Guguma is good. Yeah, Guguma is good. I do.
I haven't seen her
once in a while
for like ages.
Yeah. She stepped back for a while, right? You know, life, right? Spurs is not enjoyable anymore. So we are Asians, right? Apart from me, right? I'm a die-hard
you're different.
Spurs fan. Yeah, I'm different. So Guguma stepped back a bit, right? There's another one in Asia, right? In Hong Kong, Eva Man. She always supports my watch-alongs. But guys, I got to make a move, right? It's going to be 4 a.m. here in Malaysia. I'm going to catch some shut-eye. You guys continue, right? But take care, right? Guys, don't forget, right? Subscribe to, don't forget, right? Subscribe to Hasper TV, right? The 2 marks, right? And of course, TJ, my TJ. Have you changed your channel name yet?
You know what? It is, isn't it? Yeah. When Tottenham becomes good, maybe, man.
Yeah. Now, TJ, I'm going to give you a channel name. I'm going to give you a channel name, right? Put it to Spursy Rockets, right? I'm going to brand that Spursy Rockets.
Spursy
and guys, don't forget that. Yeah, don't forget, right? Subscribe to Spurs Vision TV, right, guys? And I guess Jens tomorrow will be doing a show, right? Through Ricky via TV, Shelf Like Spurs and Spurs Vision TV, around 11:30 a.m. Yeah, UK time.
Is it tomorrow, not Sunday? Then.
Oh, sorry, Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Sorry, Sunday. It's on Sunday.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna miss that.
Guys, hold on, Harry. It's 5 a.m. Sorry, 4:30 a.m. Saturday here in Malaysia, so I got to say tomorrow.
Listen, Eugene is in the future to us. So if we get a signing,
that's why.
Eugene, are we going to win on the weekend? Do you know it already or not?
He already knows, bro. He knows the lineup.
I already told you we're not going to win, right? We're going to get a draw.
I think we're going to lose.
All right, guys, take care, man.
I think Vardy's going to
See you later.
Eugene.
Hey,
All right, take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Yeah, look. Big up Eugene, man. Eugene is a really good, die-hard Spurs fan. And that's the type of Spurs fan that I want at Tottenham Stadium. Let me be totally real, innit? Like someone that supports Spurs, not support a player for their race. Do you get where I'm coming from? You know, when you see a Wolves player and they're cheering like it's good, bro, it's bad.
It's getting started.
You know, the thing is, a lot of fans don't actually know what it means to support Tottenham. And not just Tottenham, they don't actually have it in their DNA. You can't teach that stuff. You know? Like, you can't teach... I don't know if you can teach a fan to be a fan, innit? It's impossible. You just have to feel it and know it. Like, I can't lie.
My dad, he became a Spurs fan because he saw Spurs play a Greek team. And then he went, when he was working in Greece, and then he went to England to work, and he was, I don't know how old he was, I can't remember, like 20s maybe, I don't know. And then he started watching them because his company also were all Spurs fans, like they were all Spurs fans.
Yeah,
and he became, because of that.
Carry on, I'm gonna put that last comment up.
Yeah.
Put that last comment up and carry on. Sorry, yeah.
And then, so obviously because he had kids, right? Like, yeah. So all through generations, he's made us Spurs fans, basically. So, you know, I've been going to Spurs since I was 6 years old, I guess.
Brilliant.
But I think how we became a Spurs fan was because he just liked the way we played, let's say. And
makes sense.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
No, what I was going to say in it, yeah.
That would have been in the 60s then, Has.
Yeah, like he started really going like 70s, I think.
Yeah.
He missed the double.
Yeah, but to be honest, we were still riding high after the 60s, mate.
Yeah, FA Cups.
Yeah. Doubles and trophies, basically, things we know nothing about these days.
You know, Anderlecht, you know,
84.
we were in that game, the second game. So he was sitting in behind the goal or something, and he told me a story that he threw the ball in or something, and then we scored the equaliser. I don't know.
Yeah. I was going to say, we were 1-0 down at 84. We were 1-0 down at home.
In 84, yeah.
I forget who got the equaliser. We won on penalties.
Well, I was just going to say, see, the thing is, when it comes down to protests, it just doesn't work because the fan base is too divided. You know, you've got a certain amount of fans that want to see Ange stay. You got a certain amount of fans that want to see Ange go. You got a certain amount of fans that can't see how deluded Levy has been. You got a certain amount of fans that hate Levy. Bro, I went to a protest. This is my personal experience, and this is why personally I'm not going to end up going to another protest again. We are Tottenham TV. This is 2 years ago when we were going into the Super League, innit? When the Super League talk was talking about, like, I ended up going to a protest, and guess how many people ended up turning up? It was less than 60 people, including myself.
Yeah. How
can you protest about something so important and not that many people turn up? This is the problem. We're not united. We're all divided. Nobody can see. Nobody's actually true. There's only 20% of the fan base that is an actual fan. That are actual fans of Tottenham. I'm sorry. Listen, a lot of people are going to hate me. And if Spurs fans do end up seeing this, you're going to be like, how can you tell me I'm not a Spurs fan? Bro, you're not. Because if you're subscribing to this nonsense, you're not a Spurs fan. You have to call it how it is and say it is bad. We need massive changes. And it has to start from the top downwards. And until you can agree that Levy and all of the nonsense is bad, bro, I can't sit here and be Spurs fan. This is why I say 80% of that fan base that goes to that stadium don't know what it means to be Spurs.
I'm in there, I know.
As much as I applaud everyone who goes to the protests and all that, right? Because I do, and whenever I'm there, I will be at the protests as well. But the time to get Levy out is gone. He's not going nowhere now. He's built the
100%.
cash. He's built the cash machine stadium because that's all it is. It's a license to print money. That stadium.
Levy out at 50 Cent concert.
Well, yeah. But like,
I know it sounds weird me saying that. And then we went to like Beyonce.
I mean,
Levy out. It's like,
one second.
The thing is now is he's too big and he's.
Can you hold your comment? Can you hold what you're gonna say? Can you bring up that comment that says about the Korean fans?
Oh yeah. Hold on.
Yeah. Quick, just hold what you're gonna say after I say this bit, innit? And then cool.
Yeah, you carry on.
Look, I agree. I'm not saying all Korean fans. Listen, most of them are lovely. There's some Korean fans that are die-hard Tottenham fans.
Yeah, I know. I've seen some of them.
Some of them are die-hard Tottenham fans. It's not about race, age, nationality, where you're from, how far you travel, sex, gender. It's nothing about that, bro. It's nothing about it. You have to say it how it is. What you're seeing on the pitch, is it good or bad? And if you subscribe to it, and if you clap when another team scores, you're not a Spurs fan. If you're there to support one person and there's 10 more people on that pitch, I'm telling you, you're not a Spurs fan. Because for me, supporting Spurs is about supporting what it means to be Spurs, man. We shouldn't be 15th place, man. I'm sorry, we shouldn't. We should never. But carry on with what you're saying. Sorry, I cut you guys out. And I want to make sure. I want to make sure that I'm not seen as being a bit racist, isn't it? Because this is like tricky waters I'm trailing, in it, And I don't want people to think I don't like Koreans. But listen, there's some nice Korean girls, bro. That's a dream team, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want to hinder my chances.
But like I'll give you an example. A personal example, right? So when I was growing up, people who follow me on social media know about this, but I love Totti. Yeah, Totti was like one of my favorite ever players, like ever. If I was like, if I was going to Italy, say a lot to watch Roma, I was only there because of Totti. I never went, but say if I used to go, so I'd be one of these sort of fans. But I never went. Like I never went to watch Totti. But that's the same sort of thing, really. Like I only really liked Totti. I didn't really like Roma itself. And maybe, watch a bit more Roma because Totti was playing at the time. And Adriano, used to like Adriano as well. But like, it was more Totti really, like stemmed from, because I wouldn't have known Adriano if it wasn't for Totti. So if I would have been like that, really, I would have only really gone to Italy to watch Totti, not really support Roma. I was only there for Totti, and I'd probably watch as a neutral in the sense that, say we're playing Lazio, I wouldn't really be able, I'll still be saying, whoa, wow, what a chance, even if Lazio had a chance. I wouldn't exactly be like a Roma fan.
It's true.
I'm honest here, like,
it's true, but I'll be so real with what you just said there.
I'm saying Totti was one of my favorite players. No. If I did that, it was the same sort of thing, really.
But I'll be so real with what you're saying and how you're saying you have, like, for me,
self-awareness.
The reason why, as a lot of people don't know my history of how I became a Tottenham fan. In fact, I'll tell you now, and I've said it many times. I wasn't a Tottenham fan. Guess what team I used to support?
Yeah.
I was a Man City fan, and I was only a Man City fan for one player, and one player only, Carlos Tevez. I used to love him. And
Tevez was sick, bro. I like Tevez as well.
I'll be so real in it, yeah? I'll be so real. I was a Carlos Tevez fan for a long while in it, And at that age, I wasn't really, look, I'm a young fan as well. I'll be so real as well. I was young. I didn't really care about football. I would watch a game, and because most of my family are Arsenal fans, I was just brought into football in a certain angle, and I saw, and Man City wasn't doing anything good then times, I'll be so real, innit? But it's just, I fell in love with the player, not the team. And then I became a Tottenham fan because I ended up watching a few of, Poch turned my head, I'll be real. Poch was the main reason why I became a Tottenham fan, and this is because I'm young, I'll be so real, I'm young. Poch was the one that kind of like turned me, and I started taking football really seriously. I started understanding the values, you know? And for me, it's the same with Son. You see, you got Korean fans that are supporting just Son. Bro, you could easily put me in that category. I was supporting Tevez. But when he jumped ship,
so yeah.
When he jumped ship to Man United, bro, I can't go from Man City to Man United, bro, can I?
No, can't.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that's how I started. I'll be so real. That's how I started supporting Tottenham. And then just, you know, each year I've grown more love to the sport. And then I just ended up, you know, I'm just die hard. I breathe and drink and think about Tottenham. You know, most of my day consists of me arguing with Tottenham fans.
Yeah.
My day consists, every single day, I have a few deluded Tottenham fans in this workplace, and it consists of me arguing every single day for the last 5 years, or 4 years now, of me working here.
Yeah.
But that's my little story.
When I was growing up, I stood on the shelf at the old White Hart Lane. Now that was the days. That is when you had the proper working class people in there. But I mate, thank you, Haz. You don't know, but that was when you had working class people there. People who'd go and have a pint before the game. You know, just working class blokes. You know,
I remember my dad said he used to go to like the obviously I don't know if chicken was around then, but you know, like the stalls, he used to have the hot dogs and that.
Yeah,
I
used to do exactly the same, mate.
And then go get a drink somewhere or something with his.
Yeah.
Redknapp was a sick manager back then as well, man.
I'll be honest with you. When my dad used to take me when I was a kid, because I want the height of the bloody ticket thing to go in, you had the turnstile going round, like the clicky thing, click, 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 and you went through. I'd walk through in the same one as my dad and get in for nothing because it was all standard. You know, my dad had paid to get in, but I used to sort of sneak in at about his like thigh level.
Back in the day, it used to be like,
It would be able to happen, you know.
Well, mate, thanks a lot.
One last thing I was gonna say in it. I lost what I was gonna say.
I used to watch La Liga on Fridays, Robbie. That
Golazo.
Remember on a Friday, Revista de la Liga.
Yeah. Do you know that only came on when Gaza went to Lazio? That started.
You went Lazio.
Yeah. When Gaza, when Gaza left and went to Lazio, that is when Channel 4 started doing like Go Lazio or whatever it was called.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. That is when they started showing Italian football.
On a Friday, I used to love Ronaldinho, man. He's my favorite player.
Yeah.
Another reason why I became a Tottenham fan, and this is a personal story that I have to say what made me actually become the Tottenham fan. Back in the day, I think this was maybe 2010, even before this, innit? My uncle had a Range Rover, and he still has the plate. He has the plate default too hot. And at the time, Jermaine Defoe was playing for Tottenham, and he wanted to buy. Yeah, he wanted to buy my uncle's Range Rover. And one particular day, I was with my uncle, and Jermaine Defoe came to my uncle's house, man. That's another personal story that I have, innit?
Did you meet Defoe then? You met Defoe?
Yeah. I've got a signed shirt. I've got
2 signed shirts as well, man. It's a different story.
I've got a signed shirt from Defoe, innit? But that kind of like, because at that period, it kind of like made it clear, look, Tottenham is where I want to be. And at that time, we had like Townsend, Townsend, who else was it? Townsend, Defoe. Hold on one second. Someone's arguing outside. Hold on.
That's the Korean people coming to see him.
Yes. Yeah. When you
next Korean people, TJ?
Mm-hmm.
Were they Koreans coming to see you?
Oh, they're coming for me, man.
Bro, you know when Elijah made that joke about me being racist, yeah? I was like, I was playing along with it now, to be honest. I'm just like, do you know what?
Yeah. No, you know what? But I want to just make sure everybody understand this. It's not about race, age, sex, gender, whoever you come from, background. To be a fan, you have to support the team. The team comes first.
Of course.
You know that you see the badge in front. It's better. It's bigger than the name on the back. As much as you want to, we have legends. You support Tottenham, not if the player goes. Let's just say a player goes to our rival, bro. You're gonna be like lose love for him, right? The Sol Campbell thing, man. Fuck him, man.
You know,
fuck him, minute. But you know what I'm trying to say, like.
Has anyone watched his interview on AFTV?
Oh man, it's terrible, man. It's terrible.
Honestly.
You see the Google Pixel advert, man. That was terrible. It's better on the other side. What do you mean, bruv?
The problem with him is he wants sympathy, right, for doing it, and he wants us to go over it. But then he keeps going on about it. So if you want to get rid of something, you need to starve it. Like you need to stop talking about it.
Yeah.
And then the thing that pissed me off in the AFTV video was the fact he said it's a racist thing. I was like, no, it's not a racist thing.
It's not a racist thing, bro. There's a lot of black people, black Spurs fans.
You hate him as well.
Yeah. He's hated equally. Black, white, whatever colour you are.
Whatever colour.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, what are you sitting there sitting on a podcast saying it's racist? I'm like, honestly, I wanted to punch him. I was like, I can punch on computer, but because I sat there and watched it. But I have a personal thing. He caused me trust issues because I was a kid, and I actually met Campbell like a year before he left. So I was one of those people asking him, Campbell, you staying? And he goes, yeah. But the reason I know him is because his agent, Sky Andrews, maybe he was in the Sky Sports documentary about the signing. Go and watch it if you guys haven't watched it. And basically, he was also Defoe's agent, which is why I have Defoe signed shirts.
Okay.
But basically, basically, I have a family friend who's a football agent, and he used to work with Sky Andrews, like when I was younger. Like, he used to be like really close. He went to this guy's wedding. Like, I'm not joking. So I met Sky Andrews 2 or 3 times, I think. I was really young, but that's how we met Sol, because Sol was outside the stadium when we went to a game once. And when I met him, I was like, "You staying?" Obviously, my dad asked him, "Why are you staying?" When you say, "Yeah." Well, I don't know how the timeline was. Like, I was so young. Like, I don't remember how far away it was before the end of the season or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. But yeah, that caused me trust issues, man, because I was like, kid, so come.
Yeah. Well, you got to remember about following players and all this stuff. I've obviously been a Tottenham fan for longer than you.
Yeah.
No, obviously. Like now, I can remember I grew up with Glenn Hoddle.
Yeah, Hoddle
Glenn
was
Hoddle.
man.
Hoddle was a baller,
absolute. Now, if you want to see a Tottenham fan,
he was a baller, man.
Watch anything of Glenn Hoddle on YouTube.
He was a footballer, man.
They're still on there, man. Right now.
Yeah.
When
he probably
Glenn
can still
Hoddle,
do it right now, you know. I'm telling you. Like, yeah, maybe not the pace in it, but the way he weaved in and out. Poof.
When Glenn Hoddle left Tottenham, I would have been, I think he left then about 85, 86. So I'd have been like 15, 16. Right. I was absolutely devastated because I grew up with him. Like, and he was a magician, man. Like, the players that I've seen actually been to the ground to see that every time they touch the ball, well, these days you'd stand up, but when I used to go, you were stood up anyway because it was terracing. But you know what I mean? Like, I've seen Glenn Hoddle, and every time he touched the ball, there was almost like
magic.
You could hear that the crowd almost, there was an intake of breath.
You know the thing that we're missing. You're right, because look, I never got to watch Glenn Hoddle as.
Just go on YouTube, mate.
I've watched many. Yeah. Trust me. I probably watched his career on YouTube, innit?
Yeah.
One thing that you have to take away from how Glenn Hoddle played, he decided to take on his man. Over and over and over
again. You got to remember as well, when he played, half the pitches were like allotments, especially in the winter, because the pitches back then had more sand on than they did grass. Right, so that they were like allotments. Right, the ball was a lot heavier. Right, the football boots weren't what they are today. You know, that they were just leather things. You know, with studs on them. You know, but people like Hoddle, Waddle, Ginola, you know, people like that. You know, because I remember going when Ginola was there.
I heard about
every time he got the ball, you could hear the crowd like
lift, yeah.
Because they were expecting things.
But you know what we lack? We've kind of lacked this for a long time now. We lack that. This is another point. We lack wingers. We lack that winger that could take on their man.
We lost Bale.
No, but even Bale, Townsend and Lennon, you had like some form of pace orientated. Even Lucas Moura, he's not on the same level, but you get where I'm coming from. He would like to take on his man and run at the wing.
I missed a player out. What I was talking about, or else Brian Daigle will kill me if he ever sees this. Paul Gascoigne.
Yeah, I was going to say Gascoigne.
He was another one. I used to go a lot when Gaza was playing, and he was exactly the same. He got the ball, and you could hear it. The intake of breath, because people just expect, all right, it didn't happen all the time, but say 5 times out of 10, things would happen. Like, and we've had so many players like that I've actually watched live and witnessed, and it's breathtaking. Glenn Hoddle.
Now look what you have to watch.
Glenn Hoddle. Put it this way, right? Glenn Hoddle only got about 40 caps for England, right? Because at the time, the England team played with a structured midfield, like they wanted hard men in the midfield. Hoddle wasn't like that. If Glenn Hoddle was Spanish, French, Italian, any other team in Europe, if he was any one of those countries, he'd have been the most cap player, without a shadow of doubt. The thing that let Glenn down is he was English. You know,
my dad's favourite team. Hey, big up! I've never seen you before, Miss Bunny. Please subscribe.
Miss Bunny.
Yeah. Anyway, so like for me, my dad used to tell me about Clive Allen. You guys used to stand in the box. Ozzy was his favourite player, so he Ozzy, Waddle, Hoddle. He was like that triumvirate guys. They were like incredible. Yeah. He loves Gary Mabbott.
Does he? Big up your dad. Yeah, obviously that's my hero.
Roberts, even though Graham Roberts not exactly.
Graham Roberts was hard as nuts.
Yeah, like he loved them.
Hard as nails.
Yeah, and this is why he doesn't like Ange, because Ange doesn't have like any defensive organization, and also the way we play, he finds it quite boring because we might have a lot of the ball, but we play so slowly. Like he always gets frustrated. Why are we not playing it fast enough? When we play it longer, direct, we're better. He goes to me, and you know, he liked Poch's football. He loved Renat's football, like me, I guess. But
Poch's football was quite good. Renat's football was amazing.
You was on about earlier leaders in the team. If you want a leader,
Graham Roberts.
He talked
about Graham Roberts like so much.
Roberts.
He was the captain. He goes to me. He was a proper captain. You know.
He wasn't the captain. Steve Perryman was the captain.
Like a leader. Sort
he was like
he likes Mabbott a lot as well though. Like it's those two. He goes when he talks about captains. He talks about those two.
When Graham Roberts played, Stevie P was the captain. Stevie P was the permanent captain, but like in '84, when Stevie P I think was suspended or injured, Graham Roberts took over. Graham Roberts was hard as nails, man. But we'll put it this way: Graham Roberts, if he played these days, he'd be sent off immediately. He'd have one tackle and he'd be off.
Well, that's what we need something like that, man, to set the tempo, man. We're lacking that tempo setter.
But I'm sorry, if Graham Roberts was in our team now, we'd have 10 men every week.
Yeah, he'll get sent off every week because he was like crazy.
Yeah, he'd just put one crunching tackle in. But but to be honest, Graham Roberts hardly ever got booked. Or I can't remember.
You know, he has to be blocked on Twitter. So when I met him once with my dad, like by just luck, my dad takes a picture of him and I'm like, I stood near the end. I was like, I'm not going near this guy because he blocked me on Twitter. Like my dad doesn't know about. He's not on social media. He doesn't know how this guy actually acts on Twitter. Like he blocks so many people. TJ, like it was mad. He went for a period. Oh, it's a long story. But anyway, as a player though, my dad like loved him. Like he was like, yeah. But anyway,
Mabs as well, who Archer's put in. Mabs is obviously my hero. I've met him twice.
That's your guy, I know, because I've yeah.
Well, but that's only because I'm like type 1 diabetic, like he is. So he's my ultimate hero.
See, for me, it was Van der Vaart was like one of my favorite players because I watched him a lot at Ajax. So when he joined Tottenham, I was like, yeah. But that's because I liked him before, I think. But even when we bought Van der Vaart, yes, he was good. But he was slowly on. It wasn't at his peak, though.
No, certainly not. The last player we bought at the peak of his powers was Klinsmann.
Yeah, my dad doesn't talk about him as much. I mean, he talks about Gascoigne, but he didn't like Gascoigne. Not he didn't like him, but he speaks more about Hoddle and that group more because he thought Gascoigne was a bit nuts.
He is. Well, let's face it, he's an absolute genius.
Like he wants this core of like. Not steady edge, but like Ferguson used a hair dry treatment and wanted his players to act a certain way, get a certain haircut, like straight. I don't know what the word is, not straight, but I don't know, them sort of characters. Like he liked them sort of players, not the like bad apples. Like he don't like play with bad attitudes. If he hears about it, he's like, nah, I don't want him at the club, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, I was going to say like Paul Gascoigne was an absolute nutcase. We've all heard the stories about Paul Gascoigne borrowed an ostrich from somewhere and took it to the training ground, and then spent 3 hours trying to catch a thing. At the end, I think he put Paul Stewart's shirt on it and let it run out and let it run around the training pitch, and then they had to spend 4 hours catching the damn thing. Gazza is absolutely nuts, but what a player!
He was a great player, yeah.
I put him. I'm sorry, Brian, if you ever watch this, but he's second behind Hoddle of the best players I've seen. Obviously, I'm not old enough to remember Jimmy Greaves, but like Hoddle's number one. That's before my time. Hoddle's number one in my book. Gazza's second.
Go and watch videos of these players. Honestly, like it's
Jimmy Greaves. No, bro, don't tell me about Jimmy Greaves. Apparently, he was a baller.
Yeah.
I wish I lived to see it.
You look at Jimmy Greaves' goal scoring record for England. He's about 4th or 5th, 6th, maybe on the goal scoring list. But he scored like 40-something goals in 40-something games. It's not like I know Kane's top at the moment. He's got like 50 odd, whatever he's got, but that's in about 80, 90 games. Jimmy Greaves virtually 1-to-1 his goal scoring record for England.
But it's a shame. This is from the players that we have now to when I
do think in some respects, I agree with you. I know what you're going to say, like they're a lot worse, but I do think in some respects it's because the league as a whole has gone down in quality. I think personally since the 2000s. Like in the 2000s,
I don't know, man. I don't know. Look, for me, these players that we're talking about, and now I'm looking at Brennan Johnson and Werner on my wings.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. You've only got to look at our strikers. We got
Richarlison
and Solanke.
Mate, I grew up.
It wasn't that long ago. We had. It wasn't. Yeah. We got Solanke.
We had 3 strikers. Not that long ago, we had 3.
Berbatov was he was special. That guy was special player, man.
He could take down a ball in any angle, in any pace.
And now I look at Solanke, I'm like,
this
guy.
We have got Solanke and Richarlison now, right? And probably 30 years ago we had Teddy Sheringham and Jurgen Klinsmann.
I remember Klinsmann. I remember Sheringham because he came back, didn't he, for like a few years?
Yeah, Sheringham and Klinsmann.
I met Sheringham as well.
You know,
you met him? Did you meet?
Yeah. I met him. Literally, this is going back 7-8 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yes. No, even more, maybe 7-8.
I mean, I used to wait outside. You know the gates at the end of the game, and I have like this book.
My brother.
Make like
So-
Casey Keller and some other players like that. I used to love when I was growing up. My favorite player was like Stephen Carr or something like that, or Ginola. Those two, because I watched that sort of team when I was growing up. You know, late 90s, 2000s. So yeah. But anyway, Mark, when are you next on? So we can shout
Tomorrow night, mate.
tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. We're gonna try to dissect. Well, it depends if I can get the tech working, because I'm useless with computers.
So guys, please go subscribe to Mark. If you haven't already, he's live tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Yeah, hopefully.
Well, yeah, you never know. It depends if I can press the right buttons in the right order.
That's a lot like Ledley in some ways. I mean, King was, not exactly. Anyway, TJ,
when am I next on?
Thursday talks, I guess.
When am I next on? I'm next on next Friday, isn't it? Oh, no. Guys, we're doing it on Thursday, by the way. Because it's your birthday next week, isn't it? You, man, spam up hands, innit?
I'm at the game as well, so how am I going to do both?
Wait, Thursday's the game?
Yeah, we've got Europa League on Thursday.
Oh, yeah, Wednesday. You can do it Wednesday, then.
Elfsborg.
Yeah,
we could do it Wednesday if you want.
Yeah, Wednesday might work. I might have to be early though, because I'm probably going to play.
Yeah. Because what Elijah said, he's down.
Is it?
We just figure it out, innit?
Yeah. Sorry, I can't, because we're playing on Thursday. Otherwise, I would say yes, but
yeah, man. Listen, I can't lie to you. Respect everybody in it, yeah. I need to go take a piss. I've been holding this piss for a long time, innit?
Don't worry,
and
bro. I want to end the stream now.
My bladder needs to release.
You ain't to get my age, TJ.
Yeah.
You ain't to get my age, mate.
Yeah.
You got no hope.
All right, see you guys later.
TV, too much of V, 2 Marks, and I think is that everyone that's been, and that's everyone's been on the show, and of course Hasbro TV. And please guys check the Sheriff show tomorrow at 8 o'clock, if you guys haven't already. And release it. Okay. And come on, you Spurs.
Yeah.